Hey guys, I'm the Berk and I do things, and today's video is going to be another Chatty Get Ready with me. I'm just going to start doing my makeup and talk about a few things that you guys specifically asked me about. I did ask for some questions and I'm just gonna do my makeup. It's a lot of Project Pan products. I will say I decided, since I just did my single eyeshadow palette declutter, to like focus on one eyeshadow that I wanted to make like the highlight of my makeup look, and I went with this. This is from JCat and this is their Prismetal in the shade Chrome Galaxy. I definitely haven't worn this in a while. And yeah, I'm not gonna be talking about the makeup. Everything will be listed in the description box if you're wondering about anything I'm putting on my face. And yeah, let's get into this. Let's go. I will say I really did like get in my head about filming this video, and I wasn't going to, just because every time I sit down and do like a chatty video, I always overthink everything and that like nobody really cares what I have to say. But that's just a me problem and I need to get over that. I will say like chatty videos, like Chatty Get Ready with Me's are definitely my favorite to watch right now. So I'm just putting out in the universe what I like to watch. The first question I was asked was about what channels I'm watching right now. And I, a couple months ago now, did a video talking about like true crime, and I got a lot of recommendations from you guys in that video. So I feel like a lot of these channels that I'm about to talk about were actually recommended by you. So, and I'm not only going to be talking about true crime in this video, but what I'm saying is if you guys have channel recommendations that you think I would like, drop them down below because I'm always looking for new channels. So I'm just gonna pull up my subscription feed and just kind of look through it and talk to you guys about different channels I've been watching that are like newer to me that I've discovered, I guess, in the last few months. So the first one on the list is Crime Weekly, and I am obsessed with Crime Weekly. If you watched my last video, I said I watched Stephanie Harlow, and everyone was like, then you have to watch Crime Weekly. And it's a podcast with retired police detective Derek Levaster, who apparently was on Big Brother. I would not know that, but it's such a good true crime podcast because they take like multiple episodes to cover each case, but they do it in such an interesting dynamic where like Stephanie does all the research for the case. She goes through like the entire like story, all like the background information, and Derek kind of analyzes the case, usually not knowing how the case turns out in the end. And it's interesting to hear him like almost investigate a case from his experience as a detective. It's a very interesting dynamic, and it's so well done because like they go really in depth into each case, and I feel like their approach is very unique. And I feel like if you're somebody who likes true crime, you would really enjoy it. And I will say like some channels tend to get pretty graphic in my opinion. I would not say they're one of the more graphic true crime. They just have a very interesting dynamic, and it's just very well done. It's a very well done like little setup that they have. The next on my list is it's like complete opposite. Again, it's a podcast, but they're on YouTube, and it's called Do We Know Them? I think they just filmed their third episode, so it's like brand new. So it's Jessie Smiles and Lily Marston. I didn't really watch Lily back in the day. I want to say I also really didn't watch Jessie back in the day. I started watching Jessie's channel when she started being on Kathleen Light's channel a lot. I really like Jessie Smiles' energy. I just think she's really silly, and her and Lily are really good friends, and they kind of just like made this podcast where they just kind of like talk about stuff going on. I mean, it's not drama. I don't want to say it's drama, but they're just like, they're talking about kind of things going on in the YouTube realm from their perspective as people who were kind of in the top of the YouTube world like last decade. I don't know. They just have a very interesting perspective, and they're just like friends talking, and it's just like a very chill kind of setting where it's just like two friends talking to each other about things going on, but also having like a very interesting perspective. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where I can like turn it on while I'm like cooking dinner and just like chill out. I like it. Let's see what's next on here. Who have I not talked about? Oh, another channel I was recommended from you guys, Danielle Hallen. She's really good. If you, again, listen to true crime and you like Kendall Rae's content, I think you would really like Danielle's content. It's a very similar format, not necessarily like the same, but it's a lot of cold cases, a lot of unsolved cases. I feel like she does some of the oldest cold cases I've seen on the internet. Like she does ones from like the 80s that she's trying to bring attention to see if we can still get them solved to this day. I really like her channel. She is very respectful in her content. Right now, she just started a series where she's reviewing cases that led to major changes in law. I know she just did one about what caused like the creation of the Amber Alerts, different things like that, like cases that changed the dynamic of just various laws in the country. I think she's only done 2 of them so far. Like I said, she does a lot of research into her cases, and she's just very respectful of everything. I really recommend her if you like Kendall Rae's kind of content. Who else is new? Oh, this one's a kind of I don't want to say she's a silly channel, but I recently started watching Swell Entertainment. I originally watched her because if you guys are familiar with Khaki Reviews Beauty, in a vlog, I think, I forget what video, I was talking about our nugget. So Phoebe, my daughter, has a nugget couch, and it's just like this kid's like plaything. And Khaki, I think, said, have you seen Swell Entertainment's video on nugget culture? Which, that was interesting. But she kind of does like a lot of different content. She kind of reviews like popular items. She makes videos on like popular trends, but she also like goes to these like silly events, because I think she lives out in California where a lot of various YouTube things happen. And she'll like post a review, like she went to VidCon this year. She went to Ace Fest, if you're familiar with that, just to like give like the 411 on what's happening. She's not really a drama channel. I mean, she did a whole video about the Daily Harvest thing where people were getting violently ill, and like she was like, you have to take this very seriously. Like, this is people's health. It's not just like, oops, we messed up. Like, people were in the hospital for days sick from these Daily Harvest things. And she does a lot of different content. I don't know. It's like, you never know what's gonna come next, I feel like. Again, it's just like that kind of content where I can turn it on while I'm cooking and enjoy it. Who else is new in my Oh, this is one that you guys recommended to me, and her name is Noor Jasmine. I wouldn't really call her true crime. She has like this very specific sub-genre. She does a combination, I want to say it's true crime conspiracies. So I would say most of the stuff she covers isn't necessarily stuff that's been like solved and figured out, but it's all these like weird things that have like a conspiracy behind it. No, it's not like QAnon conspiracies. It's like legit like, this crime happened and everyone thinks this happened, but X, Y, and Z is also out there. And it's kind of like an unbiased look at these different stories. And at the end, she kind of gives what she actually thinks happened, and then like asks her viewers like, well, what do you guys think happened? But all the stories are very interesting and strange and odd, and like, I don't know. I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist person, but these are like things that happen, and it kind of seems like a lot of cover-ups. So it's kind of interesting if you're into true crime and also maybe like a little bit of mystery. Amanda Z is a new channel I've recently started watching. She is a beauty channel. I really like her content. I think the most recent video I watched of hers was her comparing the e.l.f. Halo Glow to the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I found her review really helpful. She does a lot of like videos where like she'll look for the best something, and she'll like review a lot of said product in that specific category. I think her reviews are really thorough. Like, I feel like not everyone, like I would not consider myself a thorough reviewer. That is not what I do here. I just like do things over here. She reminds me a lot of Khaki Reviews Beauty, where they both do really good thorough product reviews, and she just like seems like very down to earth. Like, I feel like when I'm watching beauty videos, I want the person to seem down to earth. That's kind of what I want out of beauty these days. Who is next on my list? Trying to see if there's anyone else new since I made that last video. I think that's it for now. I feel like that was a decent amount of new channels to talk about. Now we can go through the rest of the questions I got. Do you plan on going back to work when Phoebe goes to school? So unofficially, yes. I don't know when we are planning to send her to school though. So there's no like time frame necessarily with that. And also, like, I don't want to be going back to an office. One of my least favorite things about when I was at my last job was the commute. I commuted 35 miles each way with tolls going back and forth. So 2 tolls a day, 70 miles put on my car every day, and traffic. So I was commuting like 2.5 hours just in the car every day. And I don't ever want to go back to that life, ever. I don't know. I don't think I'd go back to a full-time job. I probably would do something more part-time that was remote. There's no real plan, so I don't really have like the 411 on what I'm actually going to be doing. But yes, I still plan to continue doing this. I mean, this isn't like a gigantic revenue stream. This is just a very small, like tiny revenue that I have going on. So there, I will be doing something. I just don't know what. or when? Next question is, if you had to name your favorite makeup brand, what would it be? This one is really hard because like straight off the bat, I would be like, oh, e.l.f. e.l.f. I've been buying for the longest. And then I was like, wait, like if you watch my eyeshadow palette declutter, I decluttered all my palettes from them. And I was like, well, do I like them? And I was like, I guess I'm not really an eyeshadow palette person, so I shouldn't really judge a brand based on their eyeshadows because I don't really wear very much eyeshadow. And I was like, okay, well, then I think I would need somewhere where I could get the best like complexion products, because that's kind of where I focus my energy, is complexion. And this is really hard, guys. Like, there's no one brand where I like everything from the brand. However, I also haven't tried every product from every brand. So I'm also like, well, maybe I would like certain products from certain brands. And then I'm like, okay, what brand have I tried products from where I genuinely have liked maybe like 80 to 90% of the products I've tried? And as silly as it sounds, I feel like the answer to that question is Bare Minerals. I don't own or wear a lot of Bare Minerals, as I'm like have a Gen Nude blush sitting in front of me. But I feel like consistently over the years, they have products that I like lip products, face products, complexion products. Like I said, I haven't tried everything from the brand, but I feel fairly certain that if I had an entire collection of only Bare Minerals, I probably could make a pretty decent face of makeup. I've been wearing Bare Minerals since I was in high school. I mean, like my mom did my makeup for my prom, and I'm pretty sure she had my entire face slathered in Bare Minerals. Maybe I can find a picture. So yeah, I didn't think that would be the answer to that question, but I feel like just based on my experience with the brand, I could probably make do with just an entire collection of Bare Minerals. Even though I don't own all the products that I would need, I probably could do it. Probably my biggest problem would be mascara. I don't know if they have a mascara I would like. I would figure something out. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't the question. The question was, what is my favorite brand, right? Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna say Bare Minerals, even though, I don't know. Drugstore though, it's definitely e.l.f. I feel like I'm not answering this question the right way, but oh well. When you don't have much money for a beauty purchase, how do you decide what to spend your money on? How do you manage the little money you have? I'm on a fixed income due to my health issues. This is hard. This is definitely something that I feel like I'm still working on since having Phoebe and quitting my job. Obviously, our income was basically cut in half. So I obviously had to make a decision where my money was going. And I feel like I understood, like I didn't need to be like, have a conversation with Scott that like I was gonna stop buying a lot of makeup. That's just like a decision I made on my own. But I honestly kind of stepped away from keeping on top of the new beauty releases. It was really the only way I could stop having FOMO. I'm not saying I'm not aware of any new beauty releases. I obviously am on the internet and I obviously see things, but maybe I wasn't watching every single will I buy it. Maybe I wasn't watching every single review of a new product that I was kind of interested in, especially if it was something a little bit more expensive. Definitely creating a budget where like if I wanted to get something, I like made like a conscious decision, like, okay, if I get one thing here, then I'm not gonna do something else. It's definitely it's an entirely different mindset I had to get into. And I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing on this channel now that I'm really not buying makeup. It's not easy. I chose to declutter my collection because I wanted to rediscover makeup I really liked. And while it was like so cluttered with stuff I didn't like, I couldn't find the things that I wanted to use. And it's been very beneficial for me curating my collection to only have things I want to play with and not just having a lot of stuff. As silly as it sounds, I'm enjoying my makeup more by having less. I didn't know if that was actually going to happen when I started this declutter. That was kind of my hope, but it actually is happening. Like a perfect example, like I would have never reached for this JCat single if my single eyeshadows were as packed in as they had been, because I couldn't see when I opened the drawer. It was just, they were just kind of lined up like this. So all I saw was the side of the eyeshadow. Now they're sitting like this in the drawer and I can visually see things when I open the drawer, and it just makes me want to do something different and play with things because I can see it. I'm a very visual person. I don't learn any other way except visually. So like when I tell Scott I'm watching a podcast, he's like, you're listening. I'm like, no, I literally cannot just listen to a podcast. I need a visual. I need the visual. I'm a visual person. The second question is about having a second kid. It would be cool to have a second kid. I mean, I have no idea how we're gonna survive it, but we have a plan, the two of us. We are not sharing that with anyone. I mean, we didn't even share our plan when we wanted to have a first kid with anyone, so we're definitely not doing that with a second kid either. And I'm even talking like our family and stuff, like nobody in our families even knew we were wanting to have a kid when we got pregnant with Phoebe. So you will know when you know. If we, I mean, obviously, like if we are able to get pregnant again. I know that you can't just, I don't take that for granted. I feel like this look is not looking the way I wanted it to look. I was hoping to look a little bit more glowy today. Maybe this setting spray will help with that. I feel like I want to add another eyeshadow. Maybe that would make me feel better than just blend that together. Okay. Speaking of not knowing what to do with my channel, like I said, like I was asking you guys about like what channels you like to watch, like what is some of your favorite content to consume, like of all on YouTube? Like it doesn't even have to be beauty related. Like if you guys like any other like content, like I'm really wondering because I obviously am not like boxed into one thing. Like I just told you guys multiple different types of channels I like to watch. Like I don't only watch beauty content. So I'm just wondering like what you guys like. Cause I remember I opened my analytics one day and it was like the thing my audience is most searching for was cat videos, and I had to laugh at that. I was like, yep, sounds about right. Okay, last thing is lips, and then we are done. Okay, I definitely think the setting spray helped with the glow, which is good. Take my ears off. And there you have it. My shopping my stash thing I've got going on. Oh, that's the other thing. Speaking of shop my stash, my plan, hopefully, once I get this whole decluttering thing done and everything reorganized, I am hoping to bring back Shop My Stash. I used to film that every single month. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't do it every 4 weeks, maybe I would do it every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks, something like that. But I do want to bring back Shop My Stash because I miss it, and I have missed it. And I just haven't felt like I was in a place mentally and physically where I could just like deal with shopping my stash. So I have 2 Alex drawers left. Then I think for lip products, because I have so many, I'm going to do a lipstick, lip liner, lip gloss, liquid lipstick, like each its own video. I am going to do my backup drawer video. I am going to do the makeup that's sitting in this closet that I've never even opened video. So those are all going to be their own individual videos. And then I might just restart up Shop My Stash. I also am planning on doing a nail polish video. I don't know what else I'm gonna do though, because I have a lot of my collection that I really could do that too. So we'll see. Mainly hair products. I might do it for hair products because I have too many. We'll see though. I don't want to make any promises that I can't keep. But yeah, I am about to go do some stuff. It'll all be in the vlog probably. But yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to leave some channel recs down below because you guys had some really good ones last time and I am looking for some new people to watch. And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Instagram down below. Give it a follow and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!